They found a black bear in the Chattahoochee Forest on Blood Mountain. Those are all real places. And the bear had consumed what they thought was about 70 pounds of cocaine. The bear could have really interesting behavior because it's high on cocaine. So yes, it's going to be real and as real as we want to make it, but we had a little leeway to play with the bear's behaviors because no one's ever seen a bear that's high on cocaine. That was sort of like the bear's superpower, if you will, you know, the magic that we could literally sprinkle onto our bear. I think the movie has 17 characters and 11 of them die. And every death couldn't be a bear attack. You know, we had to upgrade each death. I wanted to surprise the audience. I wanted to make sure that we didn't repeat ourselves, that everything built to something else. And it was really important to me that we show the fallibility of the humans in the story. That this bear is not the big problem here. The humans are the problem. One of the other things that's always going on in the movie is who has the information that the bear's high on coke and who doesn't. And because once you have the information, you know to be really afraid of the bear. And if you don't have the information or you don't believe the information, then you're in trouble. Carrie Russell, I just knew from my past experience with her, from everything she's done in film, that she would enjoy the tone of the movie, but she would play it totally straight. And that you would just want to root for her, and that the audience just loves her. I mean, who doesn't love Carrie Russell? All the way back from Felicity, you know? And that she also was gonna had the strength physically to do all the physical things in the movie and really be like an action heroine, which is something I love seeing her do, and she gets to sort of play with just enough in this movie. Ray Liotta is one of the best actors I've ever worked with. I'd worked with him on a small movie, The Details, many years ago. He came to set, he blew my mind. I mean, he's one of the all-time greats. I felt like it was a huge get to get Ray to come do the movie. I felt so lucky he remembered working with me. He knew, he trusted me from minute one. It was such a gift to me as a director, especially as a female director trying to make a big CGI action comedy movie. I mean, that he trusted me with everything and that he was so game for everything. And guess what? He's funny too. We all saw the same thing in the script. And you have to remember, this is not a script that everybody like reads and is like, that's a sure thing. You know? It's pretty intensely specific what this movie is. And I just felt like I never was going to worry about, you know, not being on the same page about tone or jokes, and that they were going to be very additive as producers in terms of pitching on the script and, you know, the characters and the casting and all that. I think they have impeccable taste. I'm an absolutely ginormous fan of theirs. I loved working with them, and I knew that this would be a positive experience because of all that, and it was. You know, they were nothing but super supportive the entire time. I just feel so lucky to have had them in my corner. I hope that audiences feel the movie lives up to the title. Cocaine Bear is a lot to live up to. And whatever you think it's gonna be, it's everything and more.
I play a character named Peter, who's a wildlife protection representative. I imagine he works for the entire region, and he sort of just pops into different national parks to sort of see how things are out on the trails and make sure that all of his friends, animals, are being taken care of. And he's there basically, he's like the animals agent. I was really excited to play this part because I was also going to be able to do some stunts. I thought I was just going to do a few stunts. I've finished all my work with that yesterday, and I'm very proud to say I did all my own stunts, and I'm very sore because of it. I am a hero. I am the hero of my own domain. But Peter is put through the ringer. He ends up scaling a tree to escape this bear, and then the bear ends up attacking him in the tree, and Peter is dislodged from the tree, but in a way that is not without its consequences. Liz Banks and I have known each other for almost 25 years. She's one of my oldest friends, and we have had not only a long friendship, but a very interesting working relationship. We met each other doing a small little indie film years ago, and then I ended up, she played my best friend on Modern Family for 5 or 6 episodes and got an Emmy nomination for that. And so when she called me for this, she said, I just feel like the next natural step of our relationship is you getting mauled upside down in a tree by a bear. And I agreed with her. I think that is the next natural step of our relationship, but I've never gotten to work with her as a director. I've just been such a fan of her as a director. So this has been really so much fun for us, and definitely a moment in our friendship we will always remember.
It's about a bear that does cocaine. It's pretty straightforward. So I liked it a lot, and I really liked the character. You know, I'm always looking for that, and it was, I really loved that in this big, zany, crazy movie, you also had some really sweet moments between these characters and some heartfelt things. And I just thought it was so, the main thing that was so attractive is just how weird it is. And it's so uncommon to get a big studio movie that's this kind of out there and bizarre and fun. So, yeah, that's what drew me to it. I've gotten the opportunity a few times to work for actors turned directors, and it's just wonderful. And EB, as we call her, is just, she's fantastic. She really, because she's an actor and such a wonderful actor, she knows how to address little things in the scene to help you. She has an understanding of what you're going through. She can feel it through it from the inside and give the right note just at the right moment, and has a great sense of humor and a great kind of feeling for where the movie lives and what that it is. This tone that has a lot of different tones, and she has a great handle over it. It's been a lovely experience. She runs a great set, and really, I think because of her experience as an actor, is able to help you in a way that other directors aren't.
It's often compared to the Fast and Furious franchise, and much like that franchise, it's about family.
Yes, it's true. But really, it's a really sweet story. These two kids and their friendship, and a mother-daughter story, and a family story. Even on the drug dealer side, there's a lot of sweetness. So it's the type of thing that you come in thinking, oh, this is just going to be a fun romp, but then you're surprised that it's actually got a lot more going on. People are always asking us, like, what are the top 3 survival tips for dealing with a cocaine bear in the wild? And the answer is you have to watch the movie, which is a true tutorial on how to survive.
We're not going to give you
bear
these,
attack.
Tips for free.
Yeah, watch
here
the
on
movie.
this,
It could
promotional
mean
piece.
your survival watching this film. It's an important film for your own safety.
The script was so unique to me because, listen to the story. You know, it's definitely a wild ride, a lot of blood, guts, and glory. And how could you not see a film that is based off a bear eating 88 pounds of cocaine and murdering folks? I'm there already. Where the difficulty in the relationship is you have Eddie, who's upset with his father because his father is just this kingpin who just barks orders. You have David, who's like, yeah, that kingpin put all this gold on me, got me my truck. You know, it's our life, dude. This is why how we met. You know, how can you bash it this hard, and how can you say these things about your own father? And then Eddie doesn't like that because I'm defending his dad, who he hates. So it's a tangled web we weave. What I really like about Alden Ehrenreich is that he has this wind up. He has this, like, before we do a scene, he'll get himself going, or he'll speak in character. And I didn't know that at first. I didn't know that he was gonna do that. And the other day, we're supposed to be walking across this like creek, and all of a sudden I hear, come on, let's just do it. Let's just do it, come on. I'm looking over like, what are you talking about? What? And then you hear action, and he just rolled right into it. I was bummed that I couldn't do a scene with Elizabeth, It kind of upset me. I was like, yeah, you're not gonna do no cameo, no nothing. Yeah, she's got her director hat on this one, so I still gotta wait. Spar with Elizabeth on camera. But yeah, she's so hands-on. She comes and speaks to you immediately. Her notes are always great. She's always willing to try something with you, and she's kind of like a player's coach. She's one of those directors who knows what it's like on both sides of the camera, and she trusts her actors. And you can't ask for anything more. Make sure that the people that you genuinely care about know that you care about them. And a tighter and a stronger bond between friends and family is always warranted, because you never know when a bear is going to eat cocaine and murder them.
Cocaine Bear is a movie about humanity. It's about how we go about dealing with the elements, dealing with nature. It's in the script, Cocaine Bear, but then you have to say, what else is there? Portray the character Bob, and I'm a detective. I've been looking for these drug dealers for years. I finally sort of get my chance to go after them and make this my one big lifelong case. So I have a very interest in trying to solve this mystery that everybody's been trying to solve. But I want to be the guy. This would make my career, which hasn't been going that well up until this point.
It's about a bear who comes across massive amounts of cocaine and eats it, and then ruins a lot of lives, but learns sobriety at the end of the day. I don't know what else could bring people together more than seeing a bear do a ton of cocaine. And so I hope they have a blast watching this bear do cocaine and these characters kind of interact with a bear doing cocaine. It's funny, Universal said it was the second movie they've done with a bear doing cocaine after the Ted movies.
When I first got the script for Cocaine Bear, what made me want to take part is the title. And that Elizabeth Banks was doing it, and I think she's terrific. My character is Ranger Liz. I'm a forest ranger, park ranger, and I really want to be good at my job. I try very hard. I don't know that I succeed, and I have a lot of issues with some bad folks in my woods, and it's given me some trouble.
This is set in the mid-'80s in Georgia, in effect, and which is not Los Angeles or not New York, where the 80s were on full blast. So we wanted, again, to kind of ground it in reality. There are certain characters that would be dressed more 80s than not, and certain characters that would have hairstyles that are more 80s than not. So we wanted to use it as a detail in the film that allowed us to kind of go back in time, but at the same time not make the 80s kind of the central conceit or the shtick of the movie. Margot Martindale, Jesse Tyler Ferguson, Elizabeth Banks, they're all people who've worked together before. Jesse is one of our oldest friends, and they're both fantastic dramatic actors who haven't traditionally done action sequences and probably haven't done horror movies. So it was an opportunity to put these fantastic actors together who all have kind of a vibe and connection with each other. So we're playing off of the comedy on one level of Ranger Liz being smitten with Peter, but at the same time they're confronted by this bear, and it's your classic characters who are completely in over their head. They have no idea what they're supposed to be doing, and they're immediately terrified and making a series of bad decisions.